Hey, this is Jon Johnson with your weekly mortgage market recap and also 2023 outlook. So, kind of get some of my opinions on what I think the market's going to do in 2023. So, in the news, this was the first thing if you type in online, mortgage. This is what's popping up right now. Mortgage demand plunged 13% in 2022. Today's mortgage rates hold steady, and then another Yahoo Finance says mortgage rates tick up. So, got two people competing on what they're saying about the mortgage rates. Um, and then we also have the demand stating that it's plunged in December. Unfortunately, once again, this is the news, which means that they are going to say some things that are not fully accurate. So, for example, mortgage demand, it always plunges in November and December. That's just how the market works. So don't worry about that. That's just a seasonal thing. If it drops in January or February, which it always increases during this period of time, that would be something to be able to look at and to look at for concern. But for right now, we just talk about November and December as seasonal. The mortgage rates, they are holding steady right now. They had a couple weeks where they got a little bit better. They dropped probably about 0.5%, but they're holding steady right now. If we get some news about inflation going down, then that should lead to some better mortgage rates over the next couple months. So rates historically they are still very low. So I mean, there's gonna be tons of people out there. I know anybody I talk to who's a buyer trying to refinance or trying to purchase a home, they're having every grandma, auntie, uncle, friend telling them, "Oh, it's not a good time to buy. It's not a good time to buy. Interest rates are so high." Well, we were teased, the past couple of years with having those extremely low interest rates. But as of right now, rates in the sixes is historically still low. It is not a bad rate, and it's something I still recommend for people. Uh, Rates. Experts expect rates to come down in the first couple of months. So right now, this is over the past 12 months. It rose dramatically. In the beginning, it came down a little bit. Now it's kind of stabilized off a little bit. Every single time inflation numbers come out around the second or third week of the month, that's when we'll see something happen with the mortgage numbers. So we'll see how that goes in January. Credit cards and other consumer loans are at an all-time high. So as you can see, this is credit cards, consumer loans over the past 10 years. And unfortunately, they just continue to increase and increase and increase. People are not doing a very good job of managing that debt. And I see it all the time when I'm trying to pre-qualify someone and also when I'm trying to help someone refinance to get those paid off. Personal savings are at an all-time low right now. They shot up during the stimulus checks, so the two checks that came during COVID time. Unfortunately, people saved and then they end up spending more, and now it's approaching pretty much an all-time low when it comes to the amount of savings that people have. New loan limits for 2023. Conventional loan is as high as 726,000, which means that technically you can go higher than that for the purchase price. So if someone gets a purchase price of 764,000, you can get that with 5% down. If a buyer is putting down roughly 20%, that will allow them to go up to close to about $900,000. Uh, FHA is at 472,000, which means that if they are putting down 3%, and it's actually 3.5% is the minimum down for FHA. That'll put you about a $489,000 purchase price with that loan. So very good news that people are able to go to higher purchase price limits with the loans, not be burdened by those factors. Uh, Time to file for homestead. If a buyer purchased a property last year, then they will have until February 28th to file for homestead. If they live in Florida, then they can follow the link that I'm going to send out to you all, and then I also include a description for their counties. And they can, all they do is look on there, find their county in Florida, and then look for file for homestead. They can better find it that way, or they can go on Google and type in uh, uh, the county appraiser for uh, Orange County, Seminole County, Pinellas County, Leon County, whatever county, and it should pull up that way as well. If you do not have a 15-year mortgage or less, the rate is not as important. This is very important for people to understand. On a 30-year mortgage, regardless of if the rate, you can estimate paying probably 200,000 to 500,000 interest over the loan. If you're really trying to play the equity game in a home, then going to a 15-year mortgage is going to save you $100,000 plus in interest over the life of the loan. So if a buyer is renting, they're paying 100% interest. So trying to buy a home is still going to be their best interest for probably 95% of buyers. If someone owns a home but has over $1,000 a month in credit cards, car loans, student loans, then refinancing to pay off the debts is still most likely going to be the best solution. The interest rate is not what you're trying. 6%, 7% is not a crazy amount. And it's going to be much lower than the credit card interest rates and many times your car interest rate as well. Lots of down payment assistance programs that are out there. Still $10,000 to $15,000 for the majority of state programs, $15,000 to $30,000 for county programs, and $10,000 to $25,000 for veterans with the Hometown Heroes. And not just for veterans, at the Hometown Heroes program, that's going to be able to get veterans, teachers, um, first responders, firefighters, doctors, any medical personnel. If you are licensed to the state, it'll be able to give you some assistance. Overall, if the rate drops in the next couple of months, then I expect a healthy spring home buying season. If it does not drop and we get some bad inflation numbers, then unfortunately that could lead to the spring buying season not being as great. But it's a spring, people put their homes up towards the end of the spring, towards the beginning of summer. There'll still be homes being sold. Homes are always being sold, whether it's 5% rate, 3% interest rates, or 15% interest rates. People always need to sell and buy homes. All right. Overall, text or call me anytime if you have any questions. There's my phone number, there's my email. I'm always here for you. I work weekends as well. And have a great day.